A little girl evaporated into thin air. No noise, no trace, nothing. Her name was Madeleine McCann, and this mystery still haunts the world. Today, we're diving into her story right here on Mr. Mystery.
Some stories pass through us like shadows. They come and go, leaving barely a trace behind. But then there are stories that stay. They bury themselves deep inside us, hidden in silence, only to return in the dead of night, uninvited and unannounced. They come back not with sound, but with stillness. They bring with them an uneasy fear, the kind that grips your chest, like the story of Madeleine McCann, a 3-year-old girl on a simple family holiday who vanished without a cry, without a trace, as if the world had blinked and she was gone. The McCann family had traveled to Portugal, to a quiet coastal village known as Praia de Luz. They stayed in a peaceful, sun-kissed resort called the Ocean Club. The skies were clear, the ocean was calm, and everything seemed perfect. Jerry and Kate McCann were relaxed, smiling, surrounded by warmth. Their 3 children laughed and played freely. Madeleine was radiant, full of energy, curious about the world. For a moment, life felt simple and utterly safe. It was May 3rd, 2007, a day that began like any other. There was laughter in the air, the soft glow of the sun, and the echo of small footsteps. Madeleine wore a light pink summer dress, and at one point her mother took a picture of her, a moment now frozen in time. A photo that would become iconic and heartbreaking, because it was the last one, the last time that smile would be seen. As the day gave way to dusk, and the dusk melted into night, silence slowly crept in, the kind that whispers before something terrible begins. By 8:30 p.m., the children had been tucked into bed, fast asleep in their room. Jerry and Kate, along with their friends, went out for dinner at a nearby restaurant, just a few steps away. They left the back door unlocked, allowing them to check on the kids every now and then. It was routine, normal, something they'd done before. But that night, something felt different. The bedroom window was left unlatched. The apartment was still, too still, like something unseen was lingering, watching, and waiting. Earlier that same day, Madeleine had asked her mother a question. She looked up at her and said,
"Mummy, why didn't you come when Sean and I were crying last night?"
Kate hesitated, caught off guard. She didn't know how to respond. At the time, she thought it was nothing, just a passing remark. But looking back, it feels like something more, a quiet warning, a whisper in the dark, as if someone had already been there, hiding in plain sight.
At exactly 10 p.m., Kate returned to check on the children. She opened the door, and the world stopped. The window was wide open, letting in the cold night air. The bedroom door wouldn't close properly, as if it had been moved, and Madeleine's bed was empty. There was no sound, no scream, no broken glass, just that terrible, gaping absence. Kate ran, screaming into the night. "Madeleine's gone! Someone's taken her!" Within minutes, the resort descended into chaos. Staff, tourists, friends, everyone searched every hallway, every garden, every beach. But it was already too late. The first few hours after a disappearance are critical, but they were wasted. Her photo wasn't shared quickly enough. The dogs didn't arrive until later. Even her clothing wasn't secured as evidence. Every step felt slow, like time itself had been tampered with, as if someone wanted it that way. 2 blonde men were seen near the apartment that evening. They stood close, whispering, watching, then vanished. A neighbor, Robert Murat, was acting strangely. He quickly became a suspect, but nothing could be proven. Another man was spotted standing silently beneath the balcony, motionless. He stood there, just watching. Then, just like the others, he disappeared. Everyone seemed suspicious, but no one was ever arrested. Eventually, suspicion turned toward the parents themselves. Why had the door been left unlocked? Why was the window open at all? Later, Jerry changed parts of his statement. Kate ran to the restaurant for help before calling the police. One of their friends, Matthew, had checked on the kids earlier and saw nothing wrong. But the window, it was clearly open. Too many inconsistencies, too many questions, and never enough answers.
4 years later, police brought in cadaver dogs, trained to detect the scent of blood and death. One dog signaled in the living room. Another picked up a scent behind the couch, the scent of death. Madeleine's toy had traces of the same smell. And in the rental car the family used weeks later, the dogs detected something beneath the mat. They were sure. But without a body, nothing could be confirmed. And so the truth remained hidden, just out of reach. Police believed the worst had happened, that something tragic occurred inside that apartment and was covered up. But forensic tests brought no certainty. Kate was interrogated for 11 straight hours. She was asked 48 critical questions. She refused to answer a single one. At one point, she was offered a deal. "Tell us where the body is, and we'll go easy on you." She said nothing. In 2008, the investigation was officially closed. No one was charged, but the case never truly ended. Reports kept coming, sightings in Morocco, voices heard, vague images caught on camera. The British police kept the search alive. Years passed, leads went cold, and hope quietly faded. But the mystery remained, untouched, unsolved, and Madeleine McCann was still missing. Where is Madeleine McCann? Was she taken that night by a stranger in the dark? Or did something happen, something unthinkable, hidden in silence? Is she still alive, out there, somewhere? Or has the truth been buried for good? That night, the door was open. The window let the darkness in, and a child simply disappeared, leaving behind a story full of sorrow and a world full of questions.
What do you think happened? Is she out there? Or was it all a lie? Drop your theory in the comments below and be waiting for more mysterious stories. Like and subscribe and be ready for the next.